The new Conclave Arcana Rewards Set just dropped in Splinterlands. So in today's video, I want to talk about some of the cards that I'm excited about, some of the cards that I think will synergize well, and some of the cards that I just think have really cool artwork. So with that being said, I want to start off by giving two disclaimers. Number one, this isn't a financial advice video. It's simply for fun. It's simply for entertainment. And then number two, I am primarily focused on the cards that interest me, right? Everyone plays Splinterlands differently, right? Some people, like me, play it bronze and silver. Some people play it diamond and gold and champion. Some people like fire team. Some people like earth team, right? So I'm not saying that a card is good or bad. I'm just focusing on the ones that I like the most. So please don't get mad at me if I don't give enough attention to your favorite card. That being said, I want to start off by talking about the elf bloodline. Now, if you read my posts, you know that I absolutely love using the elf bloodline in Splinterlands. It's probably my favorite. So I was hoping for a lot of elves in this release. Unfortunately, we only got one elf, and it's from the fire team, which fire team is probably between fire and life are my two least favorites. So, you know, I would have liked a magic elf from like earth or water or death. But that being said, Grove Doomblade isn't a terrible card. In fact, I think it can be really strong in the right context. So check this out. 5 melee damage with the sneak ability, but it costs 9 mana, right? So in my opinion, this is definitely a card for high mana matches or matches where it's melee from anywhere, right? Because 5 melee is pretty strong. I shouldn't say melee from anywhere. I meant melee only rule sets. Reverse speed, obviously, it's got 1 speed. It's going to go first most of the time. But check this out. Like I said, I primarily play at bronze and silver, so I'm kind of operating out of my league here talking about max level cards. But if you can get it up to max level, it has ambush. So think about this. It's going to take an attack before combat begins, but if you're also in reverse rule set, it only has 1 speed at max level. So it's going to do ambush, and then it's probably going to attack first. So you're getting 10 melee damage right at the start of battle, right? So my opinion, that is pretty powerful. Now, I also want to talk about the Avian Bloodline. Avian Bloodline, oh my goodness, they got a ton of cards in this release, right? And I like birds. I think birds are really cool. So let's take a look at the avians here. Now, as far as artwork, I think Torrent Sniper is just super cool, right? Look at this. 7 mana, 1 magic damage. It's got the snipe ability. Like, I'll be honest, at the 1 BCX level, that's not the most impressive stat line. It just isn't. But I think the artwork is super cool. You've got this kind of hooded avian. It's doing the whole finger guns thing, right? It's kind of, you can see it shooting out that blast. So I think the artwork on that one is really cool. I mean, I think the artwork on almost all of these avians is really cool. It really stands out. Now, when we're looking here, you've got Syrah, right? This is an avian. It's with the Earth team. You've got Nessa. Now, this is really interesting to me because I've never been very good with like visual perspective, but the way I'm looking at this, it kind of looks like an avian, but it's on like a hang glider made out of leaves, right? And I think that's really cool, right? You've got this creature that can fly, but it's still operating a hang glider, right? So I think that's really cool. But I want to really talk here about the synergies, because if we're looking at Voss, right? This is a magic unit, but it has the bloodline tribute. So when it gets knocked out of the fight, it's going to plus up all of the other avians, right? So it's magic, right? So it's going to also be plussing up Nessa. That's going to get up to 4 magic damage. It's going to plus up Torrent Sniper, right? Which is going to get up to 2 magic. So yeah, I think the avians here, they've got a pretty strong lineup. I think they're going to field a really strong team. But the one that I am super excited to talk about is the Undead Bloodline, because zombies, right? Who doesn't like zombies? So I think the Undead Bloodline here, I think they did a great job matching the artwork to the bloodline. And then I also think they did a really good job with just kind of designing the cards, the attack types, in a way that kind of aligns with the zombie archetype. So look here, Husk of the Hunter. You've got 9 mana, you've got 3 ranged damage, and you've got the sneak ability, right? That's pretty cool. That's pretty strong. But again, look at this artwork. It just matches the zombie theme so well. It's got the bow and arrow, right? Which aligns with kind of it doing archery damage. Cullborn Revenant. Again, this looks like a zombie, right? When I think of this kind of creepy, crawly zombie, this is what I picture, right? 5 mana, you get 2 magic damage, and you get the snipe ability, right? Magic is very strong when you pair it with the snipe ability because it can target support monsters. It can target those monsters that, generally speaking, don't have a ton of health. So I like that one from a gameplay perspective. Mindless Thrall here now. This one's pretty cool. It has the phase ability, which gives it the chance of dodging magic attacks. So with 4 speed, it's not a guarantee that you're going to dodge any magic, but it's a pretty realistic chance that every couple matches you're probably going to dodge a magic attack, which I think is cool. But let's look at my favorite here. You've got Whalesorn Spectre. Now, look at this. 6 mana. You get 2 magic damage. You get Bloodline Tribute. So what that's going to do, when it gets knocked out of the fight, it is going to plus up all the other undeads, or I think it does shapeshifters also. But look, you're going to go up to 3 magic damage here. You're going to go up to 3 magic damage on a snipe unit. That is really strong. But look at this artwork. How cool is that? Like, when I'm looking at this, this is, yes, it's an undead. Yes, it's a zombie, but look at those bandages kind of coming off, right? Like, this kind of conjures up in my mind, basically like a mummy that's coming out of the water, right? Like, I just think this is super cool, right? Like, I could see this coming out of the water, like ancient Egypt theme, something like that. I think this card is really cool. Now, obviously, there are a ton of other cards that I didn't get to. Some cards that are, like, in my opinion, going to be really strong for gameplay, that are going to have really great use cases. But again, I didn't want to make this video super long. I wanted to talk about some of the ones that I thought were the most interesting. So with that being said, I would love to hear your thoughts. What cards are you most excited about in this set, either from a gameplay perspective, from a bloodline perspective, or what do you just think has cool artwork? So let me know. As always, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you next time.